Super Draco Bismarck stage 127, the last section of the upper deck. So we're going to jump right into it. So then we're going to attach skylight A. We're going to glue it to the deck in that recess in between the skylights and the depth charges and smoke canisters we installed last time. So then on the other side, we're going to attach two more skylight A's into the recesses on the deck adjacent to the skylights we installed before. Man, this thing had a lot of skylights. Maybe that's why it took so much structural damage in the Battle of the Atlantic. Okay, so then we're going to glue 8 small skylights into the small recesses on this portion of the deck. So now we're going to bring in the new upper deck section we got before, and we're, in keeping with themes, we're going to install 2 more skylights. So we're going to install the final skylight A and then a different shaped skylight B. And I reiterate, I think having this many windows in the surface of the top of a warship was a bad idea. Especially when the floor is made out of wood. Then we're going to take large parts C and D from the frame and install those up above the skylights. Now there's a shaped recess so you can't mix them up, and the instructions don't even say what these parts are, so who knows. So then we're going to install 6 more skylights into the deck at specific locations. So I'm just going to fast forward this because we've installed a bunch of those lately. So then we're going to glue the anchor chain opening labeled part F into that recess at the very bottom of the aft of the ship. And then we're going to glue the anchor chain holder E into that recess up above it, and then we glue the hand wheel G into part E. So next we're going to punch out the depth charge racks and bend them into shape. So we'll fast forward till it's time to install them.
Prepare to fast forward!
Preparing to fast forward.
Fast forward!
Fast forwarding, sir.
So then we're going to install the racks onto the deck. Now you can see there's 4 holes each of them are going to sit in. Now depth charge rack M is going to be on the port side and on the starboard side. You want to make sure you got them in the right orientation, because since they're meant to drop depth charges into the water, that means that the back of them is going to be tall and the bottom is going to be low. So then, once it's on the deck, you're going to drop a molded rack of depth charges into the holder. Now, I put some glue on them just so they aren't going to rattle around or fall out. And I think the instructions also recommend gluing them. But once you get it in there just like that, and then we're going to do the same thing on the starboard side. Okay, so next we're going to build the aft capstans. Now, unlike the uh, I'm sorry, these are the stern capstans. Unlike the aft capstans, these don't have to rotate, so these are a lot simpler. So all we're going to do is install part K on each side, and then once we've done that, then we're going to insert part L into part J, and then that'll attach to the base part I. And we're going to build 2 of those. So then we're going to attach those into those 2 recesses with the 2 peg holes at the bottom of the deck panel. Next, we're going to attach the 2 deck panels together with 4 PB screws. So then we're going to glue walkway, I believe this is P on the port side, which would be appropriate. We're going to glue that into those, whatever they are on Caesar's barbette. And then the railing will glue into the deck. So then we'll take walkway O and do that one on the starboard side. Then we're going to install ladders Q and R into the deck in between the upper deck and the lower deck on the aft superstructure. We bent these into shape, including putting the what you call them. Well, that's a problem. I'm going to have to put some more glue there, including bending the steps into place. I didn't show that because we've seen it before. It's the exact same thing, tweezers to bend all the rungs into the right spot. And then I'll fix that walkway after I install the other one. So then we're going to install ladder S. They're virtually identical. We bent those into shape just like the others. And then those are going to go between the decks right there in that gap in the railing. We're going to do that on both sides, and that's going to be all for this stage.